Hey everybody, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. On today's episode of the podcast/vlog, I'm going to be talking a little bit about MOORE Expo. If you guys follow my channel at all, if you've been here before, you know that I talk about him quite a bit. Met up with Chris Holloway, super awesome guy. He runs that whole thing. Takes place in Springfield, Missouri. So it's happening here in a couple months here in February. So I kind of figured, with us getting so close, what I wanted to do was kind of start planning and thinking about my trip and kind of what I'm going to do when I'm there and checking out some of the cool stuff that they've got on their website that I'm, super excited to check out when I'm there. Today I wanted to talk a little bit. I want to try and focus on a couple things with each video. So again, I'm going to do a couple of these a month probably. I mean, I'm just kind of making this up, right? But I want to do a couple of these a month just to kind of, again, get my mind right and start thinking about what is going to happen there, what I'm going to see, and what I'm going to do, right? Because I think there's so much stuff and it's so big. I kind of feel like if you don't go in with a plan, you're going to be behind already, right? From the get-go. You're going to start out from the beginning and not know what you're doing, and then you're going to miss stuff, right? So I'm going to kind of look through their website. I'm going to show that to you guys. I'm going to kind of talk through it with you and kind of just plan it out. So if you're new to the channel, my name's Fletch. This is All Things Overlanding. We talk about a lot of stuff, particularly overlanding stuff, oftentimes. I have an Xterra, so we talk about that. I do a lot of do-it-yourself mods, and I do gear reviews and trip reports too. So if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, anything to do with overlanding, all things overlanding, you might say, then click that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you in the conversation in the comments, and definitely check me out on Facebook, Instagram, podcast channels, all that stuff too. Links in the description below. So that being said, let's talk about the topics that I wanted to cover on this video, which are awesome spots to check out when you're in town visiting MOORE. So there is stuff at the actual event itself, but then there's a ton of stuff to see outside of it as well. So I'm going to hop to their website now, and I'm going to kind of look through this. So I'm going to bounce back and forth between showing the website and talking to you guys. But I wanted to start with Overlanding Routes. Okay, so that is one of the things that they put up on their website, which is awesome. They actually give you like a bunch of like routes and stuff that are around them. So let's go check this out. So right here on their website at the top of the page, you can see it says Midwest Overland Routes. And check this stuff out, you guys. So again, their website's super cool. I love the video running in the background and everything. You can tell they know what they're doing and they're professionals, right? But so when you get into this overlanding and off-roading in the Midwest, they give you a bunch of links and videos and plans for trips that you could take. So kind of anywhere that you're coming from in the US, there are a bunch of different routes that you can take. There's motorcycle and ATV routes. There's vehicle routes. There's the S.M.O.R.R route, the Southern Missouri Off-Road Ranch to MOORE, S.M.O.R.R to MOORE, they call it, route as well. The Oklahoma Adventure Trail. There's the S.M.O.R.R to MOORE. See, that's what I was just talking about. S.M.O.R.R to MOORE Adventure Route is on here too. And again, they've got like downloadable files that you can check out. Eastern Kansas Flint Hills Overland Route. So check that out. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different routes on here. And again, detailed like videos, maps, a printable brochure, a printable map. Like there's all these cool things and they give you all those resources. So again, if you're planning to go to this thing, don't just plan to hit the highway and drive out and get there and see the stuff at the expo and then go home. If you're going out there, you might as well make the trip worth it, right? You might as well hit up some of these things. So, our friends, Ozark Overland Adventure, Matt McClellan, great, awesome dude. He came up with his own route. And it's rad, man. His videos are great. They have a bajillion views on them because he's killing it. He's way better at YouTube than I am. So definitely check his stuff out here. Watch some of these videos. But that Ozark Overland Adventure Trail looks amazing. Like I'm literally trying to plan it out, a way to meet up with him and, maybe Chad Boyd of Overland Addict and maybe Grizzy Graham, a.k.a. Arkansas Off-Road. I'm trying to meet up with all those guys when I go out there because I'd love to like spend some time hitting some trails and checking out the Ozarks for real because I think that they look amazing and right up my alley. Like challenging enough, water crossings, rugged enough that it's going to be fun for the truck, and have some challenge to it, right? So I'm definitely going to be checking those out and possibly hitting that route up. Again, if you're a motorcycle ATV person, check out this Chadwick, Missouri, 80 miles of multi-use trails for ATV, UTVs, motorcycles, and mountain bikes. Like, why not? That looks amazing. That picture's awesome. And like I said, they've got flat out like a printable brochure and a printable map that you can just click right on these links here and print them out. And then, of course, the S.M.O.R.R route. They say it's just 45 miles south of Springfield, Missouri. So 45 minutes, an hour, depending on how long, how many back roads you have to hit. But it's a diamond in the rough. 940 acres, the most scenic and well-mapped trails in the Midwest. So this is more of like an off-road park, right? But it looks pretty freaking cool. And there's a video on that too. that you can check out as well. And then the Oklahoma Adventure Trail, the OAT. This thing looks pretty cool. So it's a 1,300-mile loop. So that's a huge loop. Goes around the entire state of Oklahoma. Long, boggy roads of endless mud. Make sure you keep track of the weather, as this route gets much more treacherous when it's wet. So if you're in the Oklahoma area, like hit that up on your way there or on your way home. And then S.M.O.R.R to MOORE. Again, I'm sure that is just amazing, right? Like it says it's a 65-mile route one way through many parts of the Mark Twain National Forest. It lasts approximately 3 hours. It's ReRover that are going to lead you through there. So you actually have to sign up for this one, this S.M.O.R.R to MOORE adventure route. But there is a spot to register on here. So if you want to do that, definitely check that out. It takes a few hours, but it's kind of nice because it sounds like it's, going to be led. It's open for everyone. So if you're not looking for something that's super challenging or risky, this may be a good option for you. And then, of course, the Eastern Kansas Flint Hills Overland Route. This looks awesome. Like you can see these rigs down here in this picture, right? Like next to this giant excavator thing. It just sounds like there are some amazing views and stuff up there. You can go up there and catch them 7 days a week on your way to the MOORE Expo. Again, this one has a route file right on it and a website about this giant excavator thing. So check that out too. All right, so then the other thing that I wanted to talk about, which is related to the overlanding stuff, right? Not all of us, though, want to go on and be like muddy and mucky and covered in crap and sweaty and hot and doing challenging trails and getting stuck and stuff like that. Some of us just want to see sights too, right? And nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. I like to go and check out some sites sometimes too in between hitting trails. I'm more of a trail person myself, but I do like to hit up local sites, especially restaurants, kind of into food. I like food a lot. So if there are some cool local restaurants that have some, amazing, delightful food, then I'm always up for that. So, I wanted to kind of check out their surrounding attractions page too. So let's look at that. So again, here on the website, it's really nice and easy to navigate. Up here, you've got your overland routes there, and then over to the right, surrounding attractions. Now this is cool too. So they've got a million of these in here too, right? So they've got just all these different things. There's some breweries. There's that S.M.O.R.R Off-Road Ranch that we talked about in the trail thing. There's a celebrity car museum in Branson, which is kind of cool. I actually think I might have gone to that a few years ago when we went on a vacation, the family. There's a Route 66 auto museum, which looks awesome. So if you're into cars too, if you're not just into like overlanding rigs and stuff, which I am, I started as a sports car person and then kind of moved into overlanding later on just because I'm a car person in general. But that looks really cool. That's in Springfield. There's these fantastic caverns, which it looks like they drive you through it, literally drive you through these crazy caverns in a Jeep, which is awesome. It's a ride-through tour of the fantastic caverns. There's also the Bass Pro Shop World Headquarters in Springfield. I have been here, and this place is out of this world. Like, if you're into hunting, camping, hiking, shooting, anything like that, like, you need to go to this place because it's literally probably the size of about like 4 schools put together is the way I kind of picture it. But it's just great. It's almost like an attraction, right? Like it's almost like Universal Studios, but for campers and fishermen and fisherwomen. So that place is pretty cool. That's in Springfield as well. The Wonders of Wildlife National Museum Aquarium. That looks really cool. There's an Air and Military Museum in Springfield, which looks amazing and seems like it would be right up a lot of our alleys, like folks that are into overlanding stuff. There are definitely some old Willys and Jeeps and stuff like that in there that would be cool to check out. There's a Ripley's Believe It or Not in Branson, which I've definitely driven by, but I don't think we went in. There's the Mark Twain National Forest, which is kind of the sweet spot, right? Like that's kind of where I want to go. That's where that oat goes through, I'm pretty sure, and some other places too. But the Mark Twain National Forest is like the place, right? Like that is the overlanding place where I definitely want to hit while I'm out there for sure. There's the Hollywood Wax Museum in Branson. There's Ozark St. Francis National Forest, which also looks amazing. There's this Tommy Hawk's Axe House. So if you haven't thrown axes before, you should. It's amazing. They're awesome. Do as they say, though. Follow the instructions. I had an axe bounce back at me one time, and I literally thought I was going to have to go to the hospital, but I just dodged it. So when you're at these places, listen to the people and do as they tell you. Don't throw it underhand if they won't let you throw it underhand. I like to throw it underhand. It's fun. Until you lose a leg, it's fun. But do as they say. But those places are pretty cool, too. And then, of course, there's this Beer and Wine Mighty Fine. Springfield's diverse wineries, microbreweries, and distilleries. So again, it sounds like there's just a ton of breweries and wineries and stuff to check out. And the other kind of cool thing is when you click on each of these, they take you to more information on them. So like with that one, if you want to learn more about it, boom, you click on that. It tells you about the distilleries, the wineries, the breweries, everything that you can find all around there. It's got addresses. You can navigate to it. It'll tell you about it, you know, each of these different places. So if you want to check these places out, do some pre-research and sort of plan out your trip. But so again, that stuff just looks amazing. So there's a ton of attractions around there. So, you know, what I would say, and again, I'm not always about giving advice. I mean, I try to give advice, but I'm not any sort of expert, right? So take this with a grain of salt. But what I would say is, you know, I know for a fact that the Northology folks are coming down from up north in Michigan. I'm going to try and hop into their convoy, I think, because there are multiple rigs going through there. And so I may be talking to Cindy a little bit beforehand and telling her, hey, you know, what if we do this? What if we do that? Hang out with some people that know what they're doing or have plans and just sort of follow them around. So definitely hook up with some people, try and convoy there if you can. Again, on your way there or on your way back, whatever you can do based on your schedule. You should definitely check out some of these locations, these off-roading overland routes. I know I'm going to do as much as I possibly can. But so again, super excited about MOORE Expo. Cannot wait for February. So again, just wanted to briefly touch on their overland routes, touch on the surrounding attractions and stuff. So later this month, I'm going to do another video. And I'm just going to kind of pick a couple things off the website each time and kind of look at them and kind of get your brain thinking, right? Like get you starting to think about where you want to go, what you want to hit. Again, if you don't already have your tickets for MOORE, definitely click on that link in the description below and go get your tickets before you forget or before it's too late. You can't get them or the rates go up. So again, looking forward to seeing some of you guys there, and I hope you guys are excited as I am. More videos to come on more stuff, and if you guys have anything that you want to see, post up in the description down below and let me know. I'm happy to kind of pull up the website and just kind of talk through it. I can also hit up Chris if you have specific questions. Shoot me questions that you've got, and I will hit up Chris Holloway, the person who runs MOORE, and I'll get you some answers on those things. So again, thank you guys for watching. As always, post up in the comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking, and we'll see you next time.